Hey guys, never stop dodging it today, and unfortunately for us, this weekly reset is pretty dead. They really gave us nothing. We got a new season of Tournament of Power, we got a few new events, we got the reset of the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush, giving us a new, pretty good Awakened equip, but other than that, we've got nothing. So I thought, you know what? It is the calm before the storm, basically, because as you can see here, I've got what I think is going to happen. Most likely, either next week or the week after, we'll most likely get this implemented. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Dragon Ball Legends team, basically in the news, gave us this section where it said New Year's greeting, and they spoke about Happy New Year, thank you for supporting us, all that stuff. And then they went to mentioning something pretty interesting. So here it said, there isn't much time left in Legends Festival, but we are planning on introducing a new character tag in January 2023, and we will be holding a special tournament at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2023. So this Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour isn't set for like another couple of months or so we don't have to worry too much about that. But considering it's now January and we're getting a new character tag, this makes things interesting. It makes it so that we can lead up to the 5th anniversary in a very special way, considering we're getting a new tag. And I basically want to just discuss more about this. So if you look here, these are all the tags in the game. We've got episodes, but I think it's mainly talking about like tags, not special tags and like Legends Limited and Zenkai, even though it would be interesting to see if they did add something in the special tag area, but I feel like they'll more likely are talking about the actual character tag. So I hope they don't make this tag like they introduce it like, who was one of the most recent tags that got introduced, like Heraclan, like during the 3rd anniversary, Heraclan got like introduced into the game. And if we take a look at it, Heraclan is just not a team. It's Bojack, Goku, Obito, Zangia, Bujin. Like, you are not seeing this team ever. I think during the 3rd anniversary, you only ever saw the transforming Bojack and Goku, and the rest were there for some reason. So I'm hoping they don't drop a tag like this. They're giving us all this hype and then it just goes down the drain thanks to it being just some useless units that we just do not care about at all. It's kind of similar to Team Bardock. That's another team that I think has actually been introduced quite not too long ago. I know that Team Bardock got buffed with the introduction of the LF Bardock and Fasha and Tora, which honestly, it's a bad team. You don't want to use Team Bardock unless you're just trying to have some fun. Those two teams, this team and Heraclan, just have in common the fact that other than using it for fun, you don't want to try and get into top 1000 with them at all, because it'll just be a pain. But honestly, they need to make sure it's something good. I hope they don't try and introduce a tag that's lame as well, because we have so many tags in this game that are just horrendous. So I think Absorption doesn't exist, Angel doesn't exist, Fusion and Potara are kind of just part of Fusion Warriors, so they kind of don't exist but kind of do. Ginyu Force, no. Girls, no. God of Destruction, like what even is that? Kids, no. Merging, Minion, they kind of release free-to-play units, so it kind of clashes with that, but still no. Namekian, Otherworld Warrior, Rival Universe needs help. Shadow Dragon, no. These all get buffed through just Saiyan buffs, really. So they don't exist. Like, from Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan 4 included, those are all under like other tags like Sun Family, Saiyan, Vegeta Family, and all that sort of stuff. Rose as well. Super Warrior, nothing's happened there. Transforming Warrior, one of the most disappointing tags in the game, I think. This tag, like, let's take a look at this tag. Look at the units on here. We have Cooler, Freezer, those are like some standard ones. But then we have Android, we have Janemba, we have Baby, we have Ribrian. We have some pretty good units here where you could have made some interesting teams. Like Great Saiyaman 1 and Great Saiyaman 2 are here. Are you telling me you could have, like, let's say we have some very good units, like we have a very good Great Saiyaman, we have very good Android 21, very good Golden Frieza, very good Super Baby 2, Super Janemba, and Cooler. You have them all on the team. That's an interesting team outside of the normal, usual, like, Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans, powerful opponents you see. Like, that would have been a cool tag if they had just given more people with the tag, but there's not a single person that buffs that, and it's pretty much useless. It's mainly just there to say, okay, these guys are transforming warriors, but they can only be used with people with LOE tags or regen and that sort of stuff. So we need to see a lot of things from them. Twins, what in the world? Like Universe 11, 2, 6, 9, all of those are basically there because those were there before Rival Universe got introduced, and then when Rival Universe came, it took over all of that. Those kind of just went into that, and even Rival Universe just didn't get enough help. So it's interesting to see how they'll handle this. I'm kind of thinking, what could they add to really make things like crazy? So if we take a look at Dragon Ball Superhero, the collab we just got with where we got a Beast Gohan, we got a Pan, and we got a Power Awakening Piccolo. We all know there are still a lot of units in Dragon Ball Superhero that we can have, and I'm thinking one of the big ones is obviously Orange Piccolo. Orange Piccolo is I'd say as hype as Beast Gohan. Like, he was pretty darn cool when you saw him. So I'm thinking, if there's a version of him in the game where he goes like giant mode basically, and I'm trying to think maybe they could introduce a giant tag where he'll be added to it, Sal Max will be added to it. We could have like Aniwaza, which I think it's to do with the Tournament of Power. I believe that was the name of like when all of Universe 7 pretty much fought this giant dude. He could be introduced with there. Trying to think, is there anyone else? Wow, you basically understand giant tags. It's an interesting one. I'm thinking maybe can get introduced to Sal Max and everything, but I'm trying to think there's not a large amount of units that can be added to that tag to make it like fully viable. I was also thinking to do with the Tournament of Power, maybe they just add a Universe 7 team. I know I've literally just said how these got the Universe 11, 2, 6 and 9 aren't really too good, but with the introduction of a Universe 7 team, we could start having it so that we could have a cool team with them rather than just make it, I guess they will just make it so that it's part of the Universe Survival Saga team, because that's basically where everyone goes now. So it's interesting to see what they could do. Maybe I just hope they don't add something like the Transforming Warrior or the Team Bardock and stuff. Maybe they make it so that there's a Rivals category where, let's say for example, we have perfect. If we take a look at the Cell Saga, in this case the rivals would be the Perfect Cell and the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Maybe they have it so that when rivals are together, or maybe they introduce a partners one or something like that, where if certain units are together, a certain ability is unlocked. So let's say they have a blue card where it's Gohan at first, he's just fighting a random enemy. If it's against Perfect Cell, his blue card will be amped up to do a certain like cutscene with Perfect Cell, or the ultimate where it's up against Perfect Cell, but then against every other unit it's like that. Or we could have it so that if it's like Gohan working with Piccolo, they get like this certain ultimate technique, ultimate arts that makes it so that them two together will have a better kind of animation than the one before, make it so that we get to see something new. I don't know, I'm trying to pull at straws, anything really, to kind of think what could we get. But honestly, I am excited to see what they do. I hope the tag doesn't come into the game and lasts 2 weeks and then you never see that tag used again. I hope it is like a big tag that can be seen in the future as a very good tag, because I know for a fact they need to work this tag very well. This new tag is going to come in with maybe 2 units buffing that tag with the Z ability, and then you have probably they'll add the tag to a lot of existing units already, similar to how they added the rival universe, the team Bardock and everything. They'll make it so that exists, and then they could get buffed through the tag. But they will need to work it so that if you are trying to buff that tag with the new units that buff that tag with the Z ability, the other units, most likely the other 4 units on the team, will have that synergy to be able to use with the new units. Otherwise it just makes it kind of pointless at the moment. You'll just have these new units part of this new tag that buff them, that can't really do anything until further down the line where they have the other units that buff that tag as well. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how they do handle this. Is it going to be a new character tag? I doubt it's going to be any other special tag or gender or anything like that. I think it will just be a tag in general, and honestly I am excited to see what we'll see in the future. So let me know in the comment section below what you think, who you'd be excited to see on a new tag and everything. And other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you see more in the future, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.